What is good, YouTube, man? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We are here as the tampering period is opened, and the Raiders have decided, yet again, like we always do, to start shocking the fan base, man. Always shocking the fan base. Shout out to everybody who's already in the building, man. We've got a good amount of things to talk about today. I'm also, if you guys want, I also have some access to some Marcus Epps game film. If you guys want to check that out, we can look at the game film of Marcus Epps, our recent signing. So a lot of things to go through. We did get Brandon Faison, we did get Jimmy G, all kinds of stuff. Shout out to everybody who watched me and Graf go live. We all saw how I felt about the Jimmy G signing again. I could go through it with you guys really quick. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Jimmy G. My thing is that if you're not going to swing for the fences and you're not going to go big, I thought that the best case scenario was to go out and retain Jarrett Stidham. I thought the best case scenario was to go out and get Jarrett Stidham so that you could really bolster up that defensive side of the ball heavily, right? And I thought that was the best case scenario. I thought that if you can't get Brady because of retirement, if you can't make a big splash for like an Aaron Rodgers, which I didn't want to do anyways, I thought it was going to cost too much. If you can't do all of that, I thought that the best thing we could have done was retain Stidham and bolster up the roster, make a super roster, and then make a big play for a big-time quarterback in the near future once you have that roster already set. I thought that was the best case scenario, but looks like we went out, we got Jimmy G. It's a favorable contract. We can build around still. I'm just not the biggest fan. Now I hope he proves me wrong. Because at the end of the day, that means that it's success for the Raiders. But as we stand right now, I wish it never happened. But I do like the other two signings that the Raiders did do. There's a lot of things to cover right now. Linebackers are flying off the board. Guys are signing to other teams. One of my favorite guys, Bobby Okereke, just signed with the Giants on what I thought was a very, very doable contract. Now, I know that the Raiders don't want to reset or put the pace out for any of the markets for any of these guys because usually it backfires, right? But the market for the linebacker class has already kind of been out there ever since TJ Edwards got signed, ever since all these other guys got signed. And I thought that Bobby Okereke would have been phenomenal for the Raiders, but he ends up going to the Giants, which is another very talented linebacker that the Raiders could have gotten in the free agency period, and we let him go. Shout out to everybody in the building already almost 100 of you guys. Every single one, hit the like button if you can. Shout out to the 805 Raiders. Soul was good. Blue King, Autumn, T Sweezy, SVT, my brother David was good. Ziegler sucks nuts. Nigerian Prince was good. Tuave, Chris, James, D-Mag, Luis Calderon was good. Ron C, Kick-Ass was popping. Jesus was good. Custom Clicks was good. What's good with everybody in the building? I also, like I said, I do have access to some Marcus Epps film. I have access to Jimmy G film. If all of you guys want me to go out, I can do film. And if you want, we could look at some of this film live, right? If you guys want to take a look at that, I can pull up. I have it right here ready to go. Marcus Epps film right here for you guys. If that's what you guys want, we can always do that. I do hope that we could get a guy like Jordan Poyer. I do hope that we can get a guy like Dalvin Tomlinson. I do hope that we could get a nice linebacker, whatever, right? Whether it's Drew Tranquil, whether it's Levante David, I hope we can do all of those kinds of things. But as of right now, we got Marcus Epps. As of right now, we got Jimmy G. As of right now, we brought back Brandon Faison, and I really, really, really like that move. Brandon Faison, for me, is a fantastic cornerback 3-4. I really, really like him. He could play on the perimeter. He could play on the inside if need be. I like Brandon Faison. I felt like we should have never let him go. He's back in the silver and black. He's a guy that provides very, very good depth. Marcus Epps, I'm going to be learning with just as much as you guys, right? Bobby Wagner, that would be phenomenal. I wish we could all do all that. Andy, what's good? Let's see some film. If you guys are up for it, I can definitely pull up some film on the screen for you guys. Keep in mind, this is from. You guys want to watch the Super Bowl you guys want to watch this film from the Super Bowl, or how do you guys want to play this? How do you guys want to play this? We fucking got him. Got who? Got who? You think they use Abdullah Morris's Jimmy G likes to dump it off to running backs? That would be amazing. That would be great. That would be great. Epps gets burnt a lot. A lot of my Philly homies said, "Yeah, I have Marcus Epps film right here. If that's what you guys want to watch, we could see how he played in the Super Bowl. We could do all this kind of stuff. We can also see free agency trackers, who gets, who signs where, what teams have already acquired certain free agents. It's all up to you guys. Do I have Jimmy G film? I have Jimmy G film. If you guys want to watch that, what do you guys want to see? Right now, drop a 1 in the chat if you want to see Marcus Epps film, the guy that we just signed as the safety. Or if you want me to turn on some Jimmy G's film, I could turn it on. We have Jimmy G film from Niners. We have Jimmy G film from the Patriots. What do you guys want? 2 being Jimmy G, number 1 being our safety that we just acquired from the Eagles. Number one. It seems like everybody wants to see Marcus Epps. We can do that. We can definitely do that if you guys want. Let me just change this so you guys can see more of the film. I will bring this down and we will get into this film right now. How about this? I'll start off with some Marcus Epps films because I already got it up, and then we can go into some Jimmy G film. We will be on here for a minute, man, for a good minute. I haven't been on here with you guys, so this is exactly what we'll do. I hope you guys can see it. Number 22. Number 22 is who we're looking at. He is, I believe, where's he at? Right here. Number 22. He's your deep safety right here. How do I get that shit to go away? How do I get this dim to go away? Whatever. You guys can see him. He's up here on the top of your screen. Matter of fact, I'm going to take this fucking banner off so you guys can really see it. But yes, this is Marcus Epps, the newly acquired player from the Eagles that we just got. Free safety. He played alongside Chauncey Gardner-Johnson coming downhill. In on the first play of the Super Bowl, man. This is somebody that the Raiders did just pick up again right there next to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He's a good player, man. Good player. Good player. Damn, each time I fucking put this pointer on the screen, it goes darker. Whatever. Again. Oh, let me take that off. Bam. Bobby Okereke also did, it is what it is. Good to see the Joy backs. Yeah, man, I'm excited. He's right here. Deep high. Ball comes to his side. I don't know. Jimmy G play action games way better than Carr. Keep it real, Andy. I'm just, I'm kind of neutral with it. Number 22, okay? Right here. This guy. If you could see my marker, this is number 22. Bam. Makes a nice in-space open field tackle right here. Number 22. Comes across the field. It's a run play. Makes a nice play. That's not bad. Showing good range. Isaiah Pacheco would have walked in for 6 there. Marcus Epps, safety from the Philadelphia Eagles. Look what he did to the Lions. Who, Marcus Epps? Do you guys want to watch his Lions game? Again, number 22 at the top of your screen. Right here. Look at my mouse. Sounds like people watch more 49ers than Raiders. Yeah. So whose time is he taking from Harmon, or are we keeping Harmon? Deron Harmon right now is a pending free agent. He comes down in the box here, man-on-man against Travis Kelce. Oh, so he gets beat here. He gets beat. Travis Kelce beats him in the Super Bowl one-on-one. I'll replay it for you guys so that you guys can see it. But one-on-one against Travis Kelce, he comes down in the box. Let me see. He comes down in the box, and you can see him. This is Marcus Epps right here. Marcus Epps is right here. This is the guy that we just signed. He comes down into the box, one-on-one against Travis Kelce. You're going to see Travis Kelce come in motion. Marcus Epps, boom, gets handsy, double move, and Travis Kelce walks in for 6. Interesting. Now, guess what? Travis Kelce is going to do that to a lot of folks. Travis Kelce is going to do that to a lot of people. A lot of people. But the fact of the matter is, we have Travis Kelce in our division. So I definitely don't like to see that kind of stuff right there. But hey, let me see. We saw a little bit of him in the beginning where, in the Super Bowl. Do you guys want to see other players film? Do you want to see other guys film? Let me know. Because as of right now, let me pull this other thing up on the screen. Free agency tracker, man. Bobby Okereke, one of my favorite guys. He ends up signing elsewhere. So some of the most active teams in the league right now, unfortunately, we're not one of them. The Falcons ends up doing pretty well on day one. They go out and get Lorenzo Carter, John O. Smith, Chris Lindstrom. They already had Jesse Bates off the market. 4 years, $64 million. David Onyemata, former Saints man, 3 years, $35 million. All this kind of stuff, man. But like I said, we just watched a little bit of Marcus Epps. If you guys want to come on here, just let me know. Marcus Epps, Jimmy G, Brandon Faison. I got access to all the film right now, man. If y'all want to watch some Marcus Epps film, some more Marcus Epps film, unfortunately, in the Super Bowl, we just saw right there, Travis Kelce kind of cooked his shit. So it is what it is. But, hey, man, it's kind of tough. But, yeah, these are all guys, Carolina Panthers. They get a nice run stopper here with Shy Tuttle from the Saints as well. 3 years, 19 and a half. Bengals, really, 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 really good business by the Bengals here. 3 years, $21 million for Jermaine Pratt is a very good deal. Green Bay Packers sign a former Raider with Keyshawn Nixon. You want to watch Jordan Poyer film? I am down to watch Jordan Poyer film, but I don't want to watch his film unless we get him. I'm down to watch Jordan Poyer film. I am, and we can. Marcus Epps, let's get it. Shaq Thompson, I think, already re-signed with the Panthers. So yeah. Over under Jimmy G, 10 games. Yeah, that's the shitty part, man. That is the shitty part. Shout out to my brothers in the building, man. We got Kenny. We got Wasted in the building. My brother Graf in the building as well. If y'all want to pull through, I dropped the link in the IG, man. If y'all want to pull up, you pull up. But yeah, man, I could definitely be watching some film right now. So here's the 2 deals that we did today. So Jimmy Garoppolo, 3 years, $67.5 million. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of that. But it is what it is. Marcus Epps, 2 years, $12 million, 6 on average, with I believe it was $8 million guaranteed, which isn't too bad. If we were to cut him next year, we would say $4 million. So there is that. But as of right now, Marcus Epps' depth. We also have Brandon Faison back on the roster. I don't know. Let me refresh this. Actually, I don't know how much the Brandon Faison deal was. So there's that. You got Jimmy G film, Jordan Poyer film. Like I said, we could do all of that. We can do all of that. I just don't want to watch this guy's film and we don't even pick him up, but we could definitely do that for certain players. If you guys are really up for it, we definitely could do it. Let me see if they no, they haven't updated. Pat Peterson, 2-year deal to the Steelers. I thought was an interesting one. I'm not mad at that. Acknowledge me. Shout out to Rockets. 79 losses. Jimmy G, a Raider Nation, always rolling deep. Win or lose, Raider Nation. There you go, JM. We wasted money. I wouldn't disagree or agree with that. Let's see. Judging by our secondary signings, we're going to be playing a lot of zone this year. You want to watch Jimmy G against the Chiefs? Which one? His Super Bowl matchup? You guys want to watch his Super Bowl matchup against the Chiefs? We could do that if you want. We could watch the film on that if you want. We have film. If that's what you guys want to watch, we can do that. We can do that for sure. This year. They played them this year. Oh, that's true. That is true. What week? What week, Anthony? Anthony, what week? Let me know what week it is, and we could watch that. And we could watch that Jimmy G film against the Chiefs. Are we going to play three safeties if we get Poyer? No, I think if we get Poyer, you play Poyer and Merrick, or you play Poyer and Epps. That's what you do, because Jordan Poyer, he can kind of do anything, because coming from Buffalo, they run that too high split safety set where they're kind of just getting a half of the field each. So he could play that free safety role. Or Merrick could play that free safety role. Marcus Epps, as you saw in the little bit that we watched of him, he kind of comes down in the box. He kind of plays a little bit more man-to-man. And, of course, we saw Travis Kelce kind of smoke him. But it is what it is, man. Travis Kelce is going to do that to a lot of guys. Adams makes up for Jimmy's flaws. Okay. Well, let me ask you guys this, right? 1 through 10, what would you guys grade us getting Jimmy G? Because me personally, I would grade it a flat 5 out of 10. To me, it doesn't really do much, if I'm going to be honest with you. So for me, the signing's a 5 out of 10. I'm neither here, neither there. I would have preferred not to do that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on that signing. Because I would have 100%, if we were going to go for mediocrity, which I think Jimmy G is, I would have preferred us stay with Jarrett Stidham, and I would have just rather us stay with him and go and build a super stacked roster. But instead, we ended up getting Jimmy G. And I just don't know how I feel about that, Honestly, if I'm going to be honest. A 7, a 0, a 6. Lots of mixed opinions. Week 7, you said? The Niners signed Sam Darnold? That's funny. Okay. Hey, give me a yes or a no in the chat if you guys want to watch Jimmy Garoppolo's film this season against the Chiefs. We could watch that if you guys want. It is up to you guys. It is up to you guys. If you guys want to watch Jimmy Garoppolo's film against the Chiefs, we are available to do so. We didn't give up any picks, any cash or picks to get Jimmy G. Who's to say Stiddy wants to stay with the Raiders? Because he literally was trying to get a deal done this whole time. So yes, he wanted to stay. And also we didn't give up. We did give up money to get Jimmy G. I don't know what that's about. Yes, you guys want to watch his film against the Chiefs. All right. Here we are. We're gonna watch his film against the Chiefs then. I'm assuming I don't need to point out the quarterback to you guys, so we'll just watch it and kind of talk. Jimmy G under center here, handing it off like he normally does. Nothing crazy. Here's my thing. I have to ask you guys this. Does Jimmy G have the same talent on the offensive line that he had in San Francisco like he has here with the Raiders now? In my opinion, Trent Williams is better than Colton Miller, obviously. Their left guard is better. Their right tackle is better. I think that overall they're just better. Jimmy G in the shotgun drops back. His George Kittle, not bad. Not bad. Are you really saying Jared is as good as Jimmy? You crazy. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if we were going to settle for mediocrity like Jimmy G is, I would have rather settled for Jarrett Stidham and go out and sign many more free agents with the money that we used on Jimmy G. That's what I'm saying. I am not a fan, and I'm also not a – okay, hold on. Let's go back on this. So they got a motion. Let's see what they're trying to draw up here. Jimmy G misses an open Kittle. That was a miss. That was a miss. Let's be honest with ourselves. That was a miss, okay? George Kittle is open. Follow George Kittle. He's open. We cannot lie here and say that George Kittle is not open, okay? Boom, out route on the linebacker and can't hit him in stride. My problem with him is his accuracy, his injury concerns. To me, it's a problem. And yes, I do think it's a problem. I don't think that Jimmy G is as good or as bad as Jarrett Stidham. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if we were going to settle for less like we did with Jimmy, I think we should have just ended up getting Jarrett. 7 out of 10 because he knows the system and not crazy money. Okay, that's one way to look at it. Again, Jimmy G in the shotgun, motion, hands the ball off. Yeah, hands the ball off. Boom. Jimmy G's only getting like 11 million. How are we mediocre with Jimmy G when he did better than DC? He took the Patriots when TB went down and immediately won the locker room. Had 10 wins in a row. My question to you is the complete opposite. How are we not mediocre with this guy? He doesn't move the needle. He doesn't move anything. He comes to the Raiders. He doesn't elevate this roster whatsoever. Cool. You're saying that he knows the system. He has not been in the system in 6 years. The system that he made his money in is with Kyle Shanahan. It's not the same system. On top of that, with Jimmy G, accuracy is an issue. Durability is an issue. I'm not a big fan of those problems, honestly. I think that you could have gotten younger and cheaper with someone who also knew the system in Jarrett Stidham. It's like I don't really like that whole he knows the system, he's familiar. The motherfucker hasn't played it in 6 years, so we'll see. But yes, this is his film right now. How many deep passes how many passes past 15 yards have we seen? The one pass past 15 yards that we saw, he missed it. I see him doing phenomenal handoffs. I see him doing phenomenal pitches. I see him doing phenomenal fucking mediocrity. That's what I'm saying. Again, drops back. That was Brandon Ayuk's fault for sure. That was Ayuk's fault. I will not blame Jimmy on that. He put it in a place where Ayuk can grab it. Didn't he have his strong hands? He's almost 70% on his career. Almost doesn't count. He's 67.8, I believe. Yeah, 67.8. Could have kept Carr for this bullshit. I disagree. Carr was double the price for the same amount of production. DC also was never going to cut it. That's why he's not here. That's why he's not here. Let's skip past this. I also think that the Chiefs like fucking blew the Niners out in this game too. So I don't know exactly why we're watching this. Didn't the Chiefs blow the Niners out in this game? Or am I missing something? Shanahan calling the plays? Yeah. We definitely downgraded at the quarterback position. We definitely downgraded, but we also opened up an area to build more. Yeah, they blew them out. Okay. So again, Jimmy G under center here, hands the ball off. Not much new there. Not much new there, honestly. 31-10 in the Super Bowl. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm streaming. The question is, the team good enough around him? No, it's not. It's not. That's exactly why I didn't agree with this acquisition. We don't have the roster that Jimmy G needs to do what Jimmy G does, which is just game manage. We don't have that roster yet. We all did this last year. Chillax, let them cook. Last year we went 6-11, bro. We went 6-11 last year. I don't know if we should be letting them cook much. Jimmy G has had a defense. Carr never did. I hope they go after Hooker. Bullshit. We have the roster on offense side of the ball, and he plays offense. That's a really good pass. That's a really, really good play. It's a really, really good play. Under pressure to make that throw, that's a really, really good play. I like that right there. That's a really good play. Bullshit, we have the roster on offense side of the ball and he plays offense. Cool. So you're saying that I should accept Jimmy G being in a shootout every game. All right. All right. Good to know. Show us a game with his Patriots. All right, we'll watch a Patriots game then. We'll watch one of his Patriots games. We're watching this because the Chiefs is somebody who's going to play twice a year, and it's some of his most recent football. But if you want to watch what week did what week and what year did Jimmy G start for the Patriots? Let me know. Let me know. Let me go on Twitter real quick. I want to see if there's um any more acquisitions around the league, man. Been busy all day. Who do we get besides Garoppolo? So we brought back Brandon Faison. We also brought in Marcus Epps, a safety. Chauncey Gardner Johnson, James Bradbury, Orlando Brown, Levante David, Jacoby Myers, Dalton Schultz, Caleb McGreary, Isaac Somalo, Bobby Wagner, Zach Allen, Jordan Poyer, Marcus Davenport, Juju Smith-Schuster. All of these guys are still available. All of them. All of them, all of them, all of them. Yeah, all of these guys are still available. All of these guys are still available. But it all depends. All depends. Week 1 Arizona Cardinals 2016. Do you guys want to watch a week 1 2016 game from when Jimmy G was with the Patriots? Jimmy G didn't like him. He didn't like the play caller that got him to the Super Bowl twice. Give me 1 second. He could take, I don't know, but he used that car. Yeah. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Um, we don't lose leads with Jimmy though. Okay. So what do you guys want to watch? Do you want to watch film or do you guys want to just look at the acquisitions that happened around the league? Let me know, man. Let me know. Because I have film, you just guys gotta tell me the week and what year, and we'll run it up. But as of right now, these are some top available free agents still around the league. Um, let's see. Yeah, I read this list, full updated tracker. Let's check this out. Let's check this out. What a trash signing. Darth Raider, I agree and not agree. You know, it sucks. Up to the minute, Raiders sign, blah blah blah. Hargrave, yeah, saw that. Kobe Brissett. Is this just quarterbacks? That is just quarterbacks. Running backs, I don't think you guys want any running backs. Wide receivers, I don't think nobody cares about no wide receivers. Any of these tight ends? Would you guys like to see any tight end film or not tight end film? Any tight end list? These are the offensive linemen, offensive tackles. Isaiah Wynn is still available. I would not be surprised if the Raiders went out. This is a name that the Raiders were attached to near the trade deadline. Isaiah Wynn. Now we did end up trading for Justin Haran, so that's someone we got. Jermaine Luminor is somebody that hasn't received so much interest so far today. Brandon Parker is back with the Raiders, so this is not updated fully. Andre Dillard did sign with the Tennessee Titans. That's a big, big ticket signing. Mike McGlinchey, huge contract. Andrew Wiley, big contract. Jawan Taylor, big contract. Orlando Brown Jr. amongst one of the best options left. Um, Isaac Sumalu, somebody that's pretty good on the interior. Will Hernandez, Roger Saffold. Nothing too crazy here, honestly. David Questenberry, I wouldn't mind. Also a Tennessee Titan guy. A lot of options, honestly. Lots of options. Center, a good amount of options as well, but we're kind of good on those. Edge rushers, Robert Quinn, not a bad option, just older. Marcus Davenport. Yannick Ngakoue, been there, done that. I don't think that's going to happen. Jadeveon Clowney, Bud Dupree, Carl Nassib. Quite a bit of options there. Epps, Marcus Epps. What about it? What about it, Kenny? Well, what about Marcus Epps? What about Marcus Epps? I'm confused. What about this? Oh, something that I would really like, you guys. Apparently, the Bucks may release Shaq Mason if they can't try and find a trade partner because I believe he's gonna free up them like 8.5 million. I would love to see Shaq Mason in the silver and black, man. Slot him right into right guard. You could even release Andre James or trade Andre James and put Dylan Parham at center. Have Natane Moody at left guard if you want, and then you just fill up that right tackle spot. That'd be amazing. Interior defensive line. This is a really, really big point of emphasis, in my opinion. You got Dalvin Tomlinson, somebody who I would love, pure nose tackle, big guy that would allow your linebackers to come downhill and actually do linebacker stuff within the B gap. He will be a plug and play guy in that nose tackle spot for the Raiders. Draymond Jones, another guy that'll be a big ticket signing for whoever he goes to. He's a 3 technique, 6.5 sacks with limited time in Denver this season due to an injury. So Calais Campbell that was released today. I would love to see the Raiders target him. Shelby Harris, I believe, will be released. Matt Ioannidis, you guys know how high I am. For those of you guys who've been following the channel for a while, know how much I like Matt Ioannidis. Pause if necessary. Andrew Billings, somebody that I think that the Raiders should go out and bring back 110%. So yeah, there's a couple of options, nothing too crazy anymore. Deron Payne re-signs, Von Hargrave with that massive contract, David Onyemata with a pretty big contract as well. So lots of talent still out there. We've got to kind of pick and choose. Jonathan Hankins, somebody that we just had, is out there. Linval Joseph, I would not be mad at a Linval Joseph acquisition either. He didn't play much football this year, but I wouldn't be mad at it. Linebackers, lots and lots of linebackers got signed today. As you can see, that seems like one of the main positions for many teams. So we'll see, man. Levante David is up here. Bobby Wagner, Aziz Al-Shair, Eric Kendricks. I would love to get Eric Kendricks on this roster. Rashaan Evans. This is a linebacker right here who struggled in his early times in Tennessee, but improved a lot year after year. Really improved and took that next step this last season, I believe, with the Falcons in his pass coverage. Drew Tranquil, love that. Denzel Perryman, there's mutual interest with him. Raekwon McMillan went back. Anthony Barr. There's lots and lots of linebackers. Let's see, but I think Levante David is almost a must. You also have Kazir White, like that a lot. Cornerback. Here are the cornerback options. Marcus Peters right now. James Bradbury, Byron Murphy, Eli Apple, Troy Hill, Rock Ya-Sin, Shaq Griffin, William Jackson, Ronald Darby, a lot of good options, a lot of good number two corners, in my opinion. A lot of good number two corners. James Bradbury would help a lot. Marcus Peters, I'm a big fan of. Byron Murphy, young, you can build around. Unfortunately, Jamel Dean did re-sign with the Bucks, so yeah, we'll see. Those players clearly was not their targets. What's CBs? Let's see. Eric Kendrick's the best linebacker in free agency, if you ask me. Yeah, he's up there for sure. He's up there for sure. Daryl Worley is still in the league. I didn't even know that. Let's see. Who else? Safeties. What kind of safeties we got? Safeties is a position of need for the Raiders, in my opinion. Jesse Bates, he signed a $64 million deal. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, right behind him, will sign something similar. Jimmy Ward, older but has still been playing some of his best football, could get a decent contract. Von Bell went to the Panthers. Jordan Poyer here, very, very, very good resume right here with Jordan Poyer. I would love to see this. I would also love to see a Julian Love or where is he at? Deshaun Elliott down here. I would love to see Deshaun Elliott right here. We do know that we did get Marcus Epps, 2 years, $12 million, $6 million a year, something to look at. Jonathan Abram, for those that wish he never was released, we got Jonathan Abram back on the market. Jabril Peppers works as well. Kickers, we don't need a kicker. We don't need any long snappers. So yeah, we'll look at that some more. I'll answer some of your questions right now. Can't believe they brought back Faison. I actually like Brandon Faison. I think that he's a perfect number 4 corner, number 5 corner that provide actual depth on your team. That if guys go down, you can put him in, and while these guys rest, while they get healed up, he can provide solid play, solid production. But I like Brandon Faison. I'm not a huge fan of the Jimmy Garoppolo one, and I understand why you bring in Marcus Epps. Very durable, played in all 20 games for the Eagles this year. But in my opinion, there is linebackers flying off the market right now. We need to get a linebacker. We need to get Dalvin Tomlinson. Dalvin Tomlinson is a must. I think for me, Deron Payne already went back. All these other guys are just flying off the board as well. We need to get these guys locked in. But yeah. Andy, show us some film of Jimmy G versus Saints in 2019. Niners scored like 40 points. Crazy game. I could definitely do that if that's what you guys want. Epps is an upgrade over Teamer as a depth piece. Roger Teamer is still on this roster. I believe he had a restricted tender or something like that. So I think he's actually still with the team. I respect the opinion, my dude, but he was burnt badly with the Colts. Yeah, he was burnt a couple times with the Raiders, but that's what you're going to get out of a 4th round or a 4th corner or 5th corner on your roster. I'm not saying that this is a guy that really moves the needle much on the Raiders, but we do lack a lot of depth, and we need a lot of depth. And I think that he will definitely provide that for us, right? I think that he's better than an Amik Robertson. I think that he's better as of right now than a Sam Webb. And right now, those were our backups to Rock Ya-Sin and Anthony Averett, who did not play much at the end of the season. So I think that he provides depth for the team, and I do appreciate them trying to fill out the back end of the roster, right? We had 27 guys all go out there. Yes, Marcus Peters is a free agent. I would love to see Marcus Peters come in, but we need that depth. We definitely need that depth for sure. I think Marcus Epps provides that. I think that Brandon Faison provides that, and I think it is necessary, man. Cap space not only for signings, works for trades too. Genius. Yeah, sure. I'm not sure what you mean. Epps is an upgrade. We got to go get Marcus Peters. He's ready to be a Raider. I agree. Epps can't cover. Fits perfect with the Raiders. Yeah, we did watch a little bit of Marcus Epps film. We could watch some more if that's what you guys want to do. It just depends, right? Marcus Epps in the Super Bowl, that big double move touchdown that Kelce went for like 21 yards, that was on Marcus Epps. We did see that happen. Robert says, I hope we draft a quarterback. I hope we do something. Jimmy G at least extends plays, and Adams is a superstar when his QB extend plays. Adams is a superstar regardless, right? And Adams is going to make up for your quarterback's bad play. So we'll see, man. Epps is a box strong safety. Why would he cover much? Because we saw it in the Super Bowl. He had to cover Kelce one-on-one. He got beat. Marcus Peters may be signing with the Steelers per NFL Network. That's unfortunate. Is Poyer off the board? No, Poyer is still out on the market, man. He is still out there. Epps is inconsistent. Yes, he is very inconsistent to the point where the Eagles played him in all 20 games. Jimmy G extends plays, laughing my ass out. I think he means like he extends plays within the pocket, right? Which DC didn't do. DC couldn't do. DC's pocket awareness was piss poor. And Jimmy G can, climb the pocket and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see, man. Kelce beats everybody, though. That is true. They are a joke. Bargaining, shopping, and not spending on real talent. Typical. I agree. You get what you paid for, man. And as of right now, we've paid for a mediocre corner and we've paid for depth signings. Or a mediocre quarterback and depth signings. That's what we've paid for so far. We need to get Draymond Jones or Dalvin Tomlinson. Here's my thing. Draymond Jones is a guy who's coming off 6.5 sacks as a 3-technique defensive tackle who played in, I believe, 9 games. Those are really good stats. But with those really good stats comes a season-ending injury, and I'm not sure if it was an ACL or what that season-ending injury was. But Draymond Jones is going to get a handsome contract. On top of that, are you willing to pay a guy coming off of his best season, but within his best season comes a season-ending injury? What do we do at that point? I would not mind it. If Draymond Jones was the Las Vegas Raiders, I would be ecstatic. My thing is that he's coming off a season-ending injury. He's coming off the best season of his career, and it is at a position of need. So we'll see what happens, man. It was a hip injury. Interesting. Get ready for a mediocre season, 5 to 6 wins. I wouldn't disagree with that, bro. Let's see. Y'all need to stop. They aren't signing any real talent. Yeah, it's tough. If you were sad and crying because you don't like a signing, you need a padded room for your protection. We just paid a QB 22 a season for half a human. Jimmy G is almost all the way broken. Durability is a problem with Jimmy G. My thing is that with him, I said this time and time again, and I will say it one more time because now we have even more people. When it comes to the Jimmy G signing, I flat out don't like it. I don't like it. I will support him because he is now our quarterback. But here's what I have to say. Jimmy G is extremely, extremely average at best. At best, he is average. Right? Coming to the Raiders, he does not have the same system. He does not have the same staff. He does not have the same defensive support. He does not have the same roster that he's used to dealing with. I think that for the Raiders, we downgraded at quarterback for less money, which allows us to build around the roster. I understand the move. I understand that we let go of DC. We got Jimmy G because he's half the price. We can spend the money elsewhere. I get that side of it. Where I don't understand is if you are willing to settle for mediocrity, why didn't you just settle for Jarrett Stidham, who was going to be even cheaper than Jimmy G, which would allow you to spend even more money on the rest of the roster? That's what I don't understand. That's what I am confused about. That's why I don't like the move. But like I said, he is the Raiders quarterback now. I am going to support him. I hope all the bad things I've said about Jimmy G end up backfiring. And I hope Jimmy G ends up throwing for 4,000 yards his first time in his career, which is something he's never done. I hope he ends up throwing for 35 plus touchdowns in his season, which is something he's never done. I hope all of that happens. I just don't see it happening, right? But I understand. Has playoffs wins, Carr doesn't have one. I agree. Jimmy G, what he has is wins under his belt. But I think that is an unfair comparison. In this system, Jimmy G is the better option. How do we know that? How do we know that? How do we know that? Because where Jimmy G made his money was not in Josh McDaniels' system. Yes, he played under Josh McDaniels, but where he made his money was in Kyle Shanahan's system, where he got to hand the ball off, where he got to do play action, where he had the best run blocking tight end in the league. That's where he made his money. He did not make his money in New England. He did not get his claim to fame in New England. My thing is, I understand why the move was made. I don't agree with it. And partially when it comes to settling for less like we did with Jimmy G, I would have preferred us settle for a guy like Jarrett Stidham, who I don't think the drop-off between Stidham and Jimmy G is going to be that much worse. I would have rather settled for Stidham, who was going to be $15 million less. You know? That's what I think. Exactly. It's my point. It's another thing. Not only is Jimmy G fucking fragile, he hasn't seen the playbook in 6 years. But yeah. We are just letting all the good players slide away. It's tough. Is it better to have a tough guy that loses fights or a weak link that wins them? Who do I got? I got the winner. I got the winner. I'm not comparing him to Derek Carr. I'm not comparing him to Derek Carr. I'm comparing Jimmy G to a Jarrett Stidham that would have been $15, $16 million less. And I feel like the production would have been just the same. Jimmy G is going to look like 2007 Tom Brady and go off this year. I hope so. Let's see. What's your thoughts of the signing? Oh, of the Epps signing. He's depth. He's depth. He's probably your third safety on the roster. Hopefully you go out and you get a big time starter. Marcus Mariota's solid. Yeah. So the Steelers' contract for Patrick Peterson was 2 years, $14 million with only 5.85 guaranteed. So only $7 million a season for Patrick Peterson. I think that's a really good deal. You have to get away from the status quo. If you expect things to change from the past, they're going to do things from different past regimes. Yeah, everyone is comparing Carr and Jimmy G. I wasn't. And say, well, Jimmy G's cheaper when we had Steady, who would have been a fine bridge quarterback compared to. Yes, agreed. 100% agree. Oh my gosh, holy shit. I think that the production between Stidham and Jimmy G would have been extremely similar. Extremely similar. Hell, who's to say that it wouldn't have been better for Jimmy G or for Jarrett Stidham? Jarrett Stidham has actually seen the playbook in the last 6 years that Jimmy hasn't. He's actually had snaps now with Devontae Adams when Jimmy G hasn't. He's known the organization when Jimmy G hasn't. I do not think that the drop-off in production between Stidham and Jimmy G is large. But you know what is large? The $15 to $16 million gap that you have to pay them. All I'm saying is, if we were going to settle for mediocrity, which is Jimmy G, you should have just settled for Jarrett Stidham and paid Jarrett Stidham $6 million a season compared to Jimmy G's $22.5 and Jarrett Stidham would have allowed you to build up an even better roster. That's all I'm saying. But as of this point, right now, where we stand, Jimmy G is our quarterback. I'm going to support him, and I love that guy. Aaron, Jordan Poyer is still an option. Yes, he is still an option. Another offensive lineman off the free agent market. Kelvin Beachum is re-signing with the Cardinals on a 2-year contract. There we go. Another offensive tackle off the market. Stidham is a backup at best. Yep. Jimmy probably got Davis date with any news on Poyer. Nothing more. No. Are we out on Poyer now? I don't think so. I think that it's just slowed down a lot. We need to lock down a corner. Absolutely. I don't get it either. McDaniels did not want to start a rookie. That's fine. How with Merrick? Oh, man. Bro, Stiddy didn't want to be here. Stidham and his agent for the last 2 weeks were trying to get a deal done with the Raiders. The Raiders wanted to play it out and see what the market was. And guess what? We played it out. He saw what his market was. He got offered by Sean Payton to back up Russell Wilson, and he took it. We can still get Hooker in the 3rd round. If you can get Hooker in the 3rd round, I think that's a fantastic value. So do you not put any weight on experience? Do you not put any weight on injuries? Do you not put any weight on the playbook, which Jarrett Stidham has actually been in for these last 6 years? Do you not put any weight on camaraderie that Jarrett Stidham has already built with this organization and roster? Do you not put any weight on paying one guy $16 million less for similar production? Same shit, dude. New Panthers safety Von Bell will sign a 3-year, $22.5 million deal. $16 million over the first 2. Damn. $24 million fully guaranteed. Damn. We were trading back in the 1st round, having extra picks and drafting Hooker or McKee. I want to be opposed to trading back. I would love to trade back. Shout out to Rick Glenn, man. Shout out to Rick Glenn in the building. Jackpot, baby. Do you think we still get a QB of the future at 7? Maybe Will Levis if he's available. In my opinion, you don't draft Will Levis at 7, even if he is there. I think for me, you have 2 quarterbacks that you draft. It's C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson at 7. Neither of those will be there, in my opinion. So there's that. I don't think that Will Levis is that good. I do think that for us right now, where we sit with Jimmy Garoppolo as our quarterback, in my eyes, it makes the most sense to go out there and simply stack the roster. I think that you go out there and you don't get a rookie quarterback in this year's draft, and you just make sure that you fill up every single hole on this defense, and every single hole is accounted for, pause if necessary, and you make this roster perfect so that Jimmy G can go do what he did with the Niners, which is game manage. He didn't win them games. His roster won him games, right? But he was able to manage the games well to the point where if they had a lead, he could do good with a lead and they won't lose it, right? So I think that we need to be more focused on building a roster around Jimmy G than looking for his next replacement right now. I don't think we should do that this year. But Josh McDaniels and them, they like to mold and groom quarterbacks. So we'll see. Jimmy G is made of glass. Interesting. Yeah. Jalen Carter. I would love to see Jalen Carter at 7. I don't know if he'll be there. Trade back and get Witherspoon / Joey Porter Jr. I think that if you want Devin Witherspoon, you got to take him at 7. I think if you want Devin Witherspoon, you got to take him at 7. I don't think that he'll be there if you trade back. Who else do we sign today? What we did today was sign Jimmy Garoppolo. We ended up and brought back Brandon Faison, somebody who was here 2 years ago. We went out and we got Marcus Epps, a safety that played in all 20 games for the Philadelphia Eagles this last season. He didn't have the best of He didn't have the best of Super Bowl. He did give up a touchdown, but we'll see. Faison is interesting since he was a Gruden guy. Faison to me is a good signing. I like the Faison signing. He provides good number 4, number 5 corner depth. He's a guy that has been here before, but with a different staff. But simply, he is a good player. Yeah. No, Sencal. We did not get Calais Campbell. Yeah. Let's see. Not much around the league is happening at this point. So, yeah, can't overlook that Jimmy G is a huge upgrade in the red zone. Big picture is the future. A rookie QB will be fine. Marks, that is something that I do have to agree with. Jimmy G in the red zone is miles better than a guy like Stidham, a guy like DC, and any of the other Brissetts or the Mayfields. I will concede that, and I will agree with you on that. And that I do look forward. I do look forward to. Like I said, everything that I'm saying here about Jimmy G, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, I want him to make me eat my words. I want him to prove me wrong. I want to have the season be over and we made a playoff push. And I want to say, you know what? Jimmy G is actually good. I just don't see it right now. I got to see it to believe it, I want all of you guys in here to come back and say, man, you were fucking dumb. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I want that. But as of right now where we stand, I don't see that. I don't see it happening. Jimmy G can't finish the season. It is worrisome. I hope we get Levante David 100%. I agree. I think I saw somebody ask about Jordan Poyer. Yes, we should be. I hope we're still in on Jordan Poyer. This podcast is pissing me off, Andy. You're making too much sense. Appreciate that. Would you be willing to trade up to 5 overall to get Carter or Anderson Jr.? I think Carter may go to 3. I think Will Anderson may go to 3. And I don't think that Seattle is going to want to trade back if they have Carter or Anderson available. Thoughts on Marcus Peters, Andy? Bring him back. Or bring him to the silver and black. That's what I should say. Listen, you guys. I wanted to come on here for some time, talk to you guys for an hour. We did that. More signings. I promise you. I promise you. I will do film studies, okay? I will do film studies on our new players. The more players that we get, the more film studies I will do, okay? I promise you guys that. One thing I asked for you guys is on the way out today, please hit that sub button if you haven't already. I appreciate the 400 of you guys that came in today. I did not expect that. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys, so thank you for that. Also, on your way out, if you could hit that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. But I will be back. We will be doing film studies on these new acquisitions that we have made. Probably not on Jimmy G because he's self-explanatory. But Marcus Epps and Brandon Faison, you'll probably see some of those. So as always, you guys, I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Are you going live with Graf? If he's going live again, I probably will be. And I'm out, you guys. Peace.